we got another fight in November as well, the 22nd in Saudi Arabia. Uh, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney moving up in weight, fighting probably the biggest puncher at welterweight. What do you think about that matchup per se?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much of Norman. You know, what I mean, I did see that devastating knockout, which was crazy. I think it happened in Japan, right? Um, but look, man, I think it really comes down to what is Haney's mindset like? You know what I'm saying? What is his mindset like? Um, you know, it's this is boxing is the sweet science. The name of the game is hit and don't get hit, obviously. But at the same time, like it is the entertainment business. No one wants to see you running around all day. You know, there's a science to it. You can set traps and then throw combinations off those traps, and that's entertaining. Seeing a guy move and then making you pay, but to be constantly moving, and how you did in this last fight. I mean, it's not fun to watch, but I just think it really comes down to like where his mind is at. I think he's a really good fighter. I think he's a much better fighter than I wouldn't say much better fighter. I think he's the better fighter between him and Norman, but it just really come down to like where his mind at. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm. Do you feel like moving up in weight? Do you feel like that would be a challenge for Haney?
You know what I'm saying? It's 47 to 54. I don't see that much of a big.
Not 40, 47.
Oh, he's going to okay, yeah, 47 for sure. Yeah, it's not much. I don't think that's much of a weight difference, man. But and the thing is that Haney is the bigger guy because he comes in the day of the fight like 165, 168. You know what I mean? So he's with that guy from Snack, forget his name.
Victor Conti?
Yeah, which I find that really controversial. So, but it's weird. But yeah, man. So it's like I don't think the weight is a factor, man. I just think it really come down to like where his mind is at. You know what I mean? And if he can get back to just being, the Haney that did box but threw more combinations.
They actually spoke a lot about drug testing for this fight, particularly.
Yeah.
They talked about Norman's size when they first met. They thought he was small. Then they've been seeing some pictures of him getting beefed up.
Sure.
Now, Vada was definitely in the picture, and obviously more testing than normal for this fight. Do you feel like that was just to be in the safe side, or do you feel like that's an advantage point?
Look, man, I think, the testing in the sport is, what I'm saying? I think a lot of guys are getting away with shit. You know what I mean? I think when you got a guy like Victor Conte in your team that is very controversial. I mean, is was the mad scientist when it came to the doping. It's like, how does a guy how can that guy be allowed in the sport? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's crazy because he obviously knows methods of how to how to do a system and where you don't test positive. I mean, he said it out of his own mouth. He knows how to do these things, right? So it's like, you know, I don't know, man. It's crazy, dude. I just think at the end of the day, man, just get in great shape, step in that ring and fight clean. But not everybody's doing it. And the testing shit is a joke, bro. It's a joke. Maybe some fights do it where the testing is legit, but as far as like, if you're an active fighter, the testing should be random throughout the year. And just because a fighter fights maybe 2 times a year or whatever, doesn't matter if you're fighting or not. It should be testing done completely. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about the snack program, and have you ever been a part of it?
No, no. Look, man, if they're legit, then great. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're legit, then great. But I'm just saying it's like this sport is brutal already. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, as we saw in Japan, two fighters died on the same card back to back.
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying
real.
that's how serious the sport is. So when you got guys that are doping and have that advantage, bro, that they can hurt somebody, kill somebody. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like a guy that is known for doping. You know what I mean? With the top athletes in the world, is like I don't think he should be allowed to be involved with the sport anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel
Mhm.
about it. You know, and then
Who do you
so
think?
yeah, what's up?
No, no, finish.
No,
Finish
no,
what you were saying.
yeah. So it's like it's kind of like it just don't make sense to me, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And it's like even to be affiliated with that kind of guy, like nah, I'm good, bro. Like how am I have a guy like that on my team? Like I can't. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no disrespect to him on the personal level because I don't know him personally, but I know what he did. And I'm just saying, like, the sport is too brutal to even give that guy leeway.
Right,
Yeah.
right. In that fight, you see that you have Devin Haney with a lot of experience, and you have Brian Norman. He has the youth advantage by just a couple years. Probably don't even make a difference,
Yeah.
but the power advantage, right? And being a champion at your weight class. You have a guy coming to your weight class. I mean, who do you think has the edge?
You know what I mean? I think the pressure is more on Haney because the fight with Ryan was brutal. And it's funny, right? It's funny the irony of him being so upset with Ryan being on some substance or whatever, but then you got Victor Consi on your team. Like that make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that loss and that beating was so brutal that when he came back, he ain't come back the same. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was like truly gun shy and was scared to get hit. I don't think it was more that he was moving around because that was the strategy, land points or whatever. No, I think he really didn't want to get hit. So then how's he gonna approach this fight with Norman, who's a guy who just like put his last opponent to sleep? You know what I'm saying? That's still on you. So he got them demons he fighting right now. And can he answer those questions? You know what I'm saying? So I think pressure's more on Haney than it is on Norman. Norman just gotta go in there and be a dog and let his hands go.
Yeah. Do you think that Norman could win a decision, or do you feel like his chances of winning are just more clearly by knockout?
No, yeah, he could definitely. Where's this fight gonna be at?
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Saudi, yeah. No, no, no. Norman could definitely get the decision, man. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it ain't like Haney is it ain't like Haney's like how can I put it? Like Haney is in the position he's in, I guess because, it's just like his father talks real heavy and his father just figures out ways to put him in this position and whatever, because it ain't like no one, I don't think no one's really interested in watching Haney. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think he's the favorite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's the A side where it's dangerous for Norman to actually get a decision against Haney. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like the A sides are kind of favored by the action that the fighters bring for Turkey,
The A side is considered by fighters that put asses in seats.
right?
Can
That's
a
Haney, right? Or no?
Yeah, can a fighter sell out an arena fighting Joe Schmo? So
Mm,
if he fought Joe Schmo, can he sell out the arena?
no,
No, exactly. That's what I mean.
you
Canelo
need
could
a partner.
sell out the arena. Virgil Ortiz could fight whoever. He gonna sell out the arena. Bam Rodriguez. Like there's certain fighters that have that quality where the fans love them that much that no matter who they fight, that thing gonna be sold out, right? So yeah.